Pokemon Sword and Shield. It introduced us to the 8th generation of Pokemon, and one of the best generations so far, including Legends Arceus and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. We don't talk about that one, okay? That's for another day. Anyway, today we are talking about Sword and Shield. While these games have some controversies for sure, personally they are one of my favorites, and I hold the Galar region near and dear to my heart. Pokemon Sword and Shield hands down has the best character customization in the whole franchise, and this is something I would like to point out. It is something that turned me off from Scarlet and Violet for a very long time. Although they have a lot of hair options and face options, the clothes were just so lacking that I just felt like I couldn't be myself. Scarlet and Violet being open world introduced the photo app, where you could take a photo and set it as your profile picture, but I feel that Sword and Shield did it much better. If you played in Sword and Shield, you must remember league cards. They were amazing. You went to the Pokemon Center and you made like a little personalized card and you could decorate it, and it was so fun to do. It felt so personal and you could make any expression that you desired. And the thing was about league cards, it wasn't just you who had them. It was all of the NPCs who you made friends with along the way. One of my favorite things about league cards is the inclusion of rare league cards, where you get to see the gym leader or your rival in a different view than you would normally see them. Like Nessa, for her regular card, has her in her gym outfit, but then for her rare card, it's her as a model. It makes the characters not so one-dimensional, which is great. I also really appreciate Hop's league card designs, because the first one is just the one that he made when he was registering to the competition, and the second one is showing how much he really loves his brother and wants to be like him, with him doing the classic Leon pose. So why am I gabbing about league cards and gushing over them so much? It's because, 2 summers ago I decided to draw a lot of the league cards, and I'm really proud of how they turned out, and I would love to share them with you. So the first league card that I decided to draw was, of course, my favorite character, Leon. My friends hate him, but I love him. I love Leon, and I'm saying it now. Although he kind of dresses weird, which is his main complaint, I think that it is a very important aspect to his character. The reason that Leon dresses so weird, which is his main complaint, is that he became champion at 10 years old, and he has been obsessed with trying to maintain the same image that he has been for 10 years. He may seem like the perfect, flawless guy, but hey, that's not the point of his character. The point is that he's using this as a mask, to mask his insecurities and his pain. That kind of made him sound emo. Sorry, guys. And this goes into another complaint that people have about Leon as a character. They say, oh, he talks about being champion way too much. It's annoying. Maybe it's because that is the point. In a nutshell, Leon's character is just a guy who does not know how to live without being champion, and I feel like that's pretty portrayed in the story. And I think that people should not hate on him for being a little quirky and different. Okay, I will finally shut up about Leon. Okay, I think he's a good character. End of story. Okay, so basically in my piece what I wanted to do was kind of emphasize the tension and the emotion of this piece, and also try to make it less flat, which is something that I feel that the models of Sword and Shield do definitely struggle with. For anyone curious on how I create my art, I basically make a sketch on sketchbook paper, and then I take a photo of that, send it to Procreate, where I kind of block in the colors and then begin rendering. And if I choose to do line art, then I do the line art, and then I begin blocking in colors, and then kind of doing a more simplified kind of rendering. But for this style, it's a much more realistic kind of watercolory style that I'm using today. I also put time into the little embellishments, like the little border on the bottom, the text, and the little logo at the top, just to make it look all cohesive. And then as a finishing touch, I added the green and red tint that is used on the card in the official art, which I think looks very nice. So here are the two cards side by side. In my piece, I really wanted to emphasize the emotion and also add a lot of tension to the piece, while also focusing on contrast. So I added a lot of light to the hair and made a really dark background, but it's kind of also still readable, which I really like, and I just think it turned out wonderfully. So, on to the next card. We all know Bede. He is your common jerk rival that we haven't had since Silver, and I really appreciate him because, you know, he's kind of a sad character. He's mean, but he has depth, which is really important in making a character. You know, sometimes I like to make fun of Bede for looking like a grandma or being a little fairy boy. I'm gay, I can say that. But also he uses fairy types, so it's okay. If you don't know me, I have a very strong love-hate relationship with Chairman Rose. Actually, no, I actually just hate Chairman Rose, and I love him for satire reasons. For example, my profile picture on TikTok that has not changed for 6 months. Imagine liking Chairman Rose. I think I almost puked. But another reason that I hate Chairman Rose is that he was so dang annoying to Bede. Like, he literally, took him in and then didn't remember his name and got him kicked out of the competition because Bede was just trying to prove himself to him. But of course, then Opal took Bede under her wing for real this time, and he became a fairy type gym leader, which is the card that I'm drawing. And I love it. He's so cute. Bede's hair was so fun to draw. You know, it just has so many curls, and I don't know, I just wish they had accentuated his curls more instead of just making kind of like a silhouette version, but I think it was really cool, and now I'm going in with his uniform and just making it look all snazzy. Another thing that I love about this card is that he is clearly genuinely happy, which in his last card, it was more of a snooty kind of snarky, I'm better than you smile, which is a good thing sometimes, but I feel like he's happier now where he is, so I think his character growth was wonderful. Again, I'm just putting in the finishing touches of the sparkles and the embellishments and making it look all pretty. Here are the two cards side by side. The first thing you notice is that Bede's head is not so large, and I think that making anatomically correct drawings is great, but if you're going for more of a chibi style, then you do you. But I personally like anatomically correct drawings. And I also made him look more his age, which is about 15, 16 years old, and I just wanted to make him look so pretty and gorgeous, which I think I did perfectly. So on to my third card. I chose to do Marnie's Rarely card, because I think her as a gym leader, oh, so cute! So perfect. Seeing Marnie and Bede become gym leaders just made my heart so happy. And I wish they had done something similar with Hop, but you know, he's like a professor now, which is kind of cool. But is it what he wanted to do? I hope it was. I'm saying in my heart that it was what he wanted to do. I love Marnie. I think she is such a cool character because when she got first introduced, everyone thought that she was gonna be emo and kind of get away from me. But you know, she's so cute and she's so kind, and I feel like it's just so refreshing seeing someone who's not Gladion when they're kind of alternative, so I loved it. I've also always viewed Marnie as Asian, so that's something that I wanted to kind of show in my art, so I gave her more of a snub nose and full lips just to, accentuate her Asian features. Also, can we talk about how Marnie's the second dark type gym leader in the franchise and her brother in the same generation was the first? What's up with that? Why didn't they add a dark type gym leader earlier? I feel like this has been covered, but why? What was the reason? The real reason? I feel like there's none. Also, I'm going to take a moment to just mention the nepotism that plagues Galar, like Marnie, you, the player, Hop, Sonia, Peony, Gordy. What the freak? Alright, I'll get back to the art, okay? So here I'm kind of adding the dot pattern that kind of goes on the background, and here's me adding the actual background, which is the Spike Muth arena. So I'm kind of adding that. I don't want to be too detailed, but I also want to give enough information to know what it is, And here are the two Marnie cards side by side. I tried to really accentuate the colors, make it a lot more vibrant, also make it a lot more detailed. There's a lot more detail in the background and the lights are a lot more bright. And I really tried to make it look a lot more cohesive. I tried to eliminate her same face syndrome and kind of make her look like a real person, which I think I did, and I am so happy with how it turned out. And here are all three of the cards next to each other and finalized. Whoa, they look so cool. I hope y'all enjoyed my art as much as I loved sharing it with you. I also have 3 more on the way. I made a Raihan, I made a Nessa, and I made a Kabu. And Kabu, I made an old and young version. So basically 4. I hope you enjoyed my commentary as well. I am kind of a chatty Cathy sometimes, so deal with me. All of the dialogue was unscripted, so I am sorry if some of it doesn't make any sense. I'm really trying here. Being a YouTuber is something that I've wanted to do since I was very young, and I feel like this is the best opportunity that I've ever had, and now that I kind of know how to use Adobe Premiere, like, I can totally make it, you know? I have a lot of video ideas coming up, and if you have any of your own to share with me, please share them with me and I will consider making them, and I probably will. Anyway, I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I hope to see you again soon. Toodaloo!